ASML just released their latest quarterly numbers. Stock is down closer to 8% right now, but it has more to do with the macroeconomic environment than the company's financials. Right now, the stock is actually up 40% year to date, has a market cap of over $400 billion, with a forward PE closer to 38 times. So it has done quite well, also pays a nice little dividend. Now, as we know, 2024 was going to be a flat-ish year, but we would see a reacceleration, or the company actually expects a reacceleration in 2025. If we look at what the analysts are expecting, they expect 2024, fiscal year 2024, sales of basically flat-ish, but EPS taking a hit, down 5.5%. But as you can see, fiscal year 25 and 2026, a reacceleration top and bottom lines. So what exactly has happened this quarter? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe. If not, we really appreciate that. It's the second time filming this video, because the first time I filmed, apparently I was muted. You would think that after all this time making videos, I would know how to record, but I guess not. Anyways, if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So let's first start with a couple of comments from the CEO. Our second quarter total net sales came in at 6.2 billion euros at the high end of our guidance, with a gross margin of 51.5%, which is above guidance, both primarily driven by more immersion system sales. In line with previous quarters, overall semiconductor inventory levels continue to improve, and we also see further improvement in litho tool utilization levels at both logic and memory customers. While there are still uncertainties in the market, primarily driven by the macro environment, we expect industry recovery to continue in the second half of the year. So, as for the Q2 results, as we know, net sales came in at 6.2 billion euros, that's up also quarter over quarter. The net system sales was 4.8 billion euros, and installed base management sales of 1.5 billion euros. Gross margin also improved quarter over quarter, that came in at 51.5%, operating margin of 29.4%, and so net income as a percentage of total net sales was 25.3%, EPS just over 4 euros, and net bookings that saw a huge increase quarter over quarter, that came in at 5.6 billion euros, previous quarter that was 3.61 billion euros, and that included this quarter EUV bookings of 2.5 billion euros. So, in my opinion, again, quite a strong quarter. If we then look at the system sales breakdown, quarter over quarter, we can see already a shift in a couple of things. One, end use. Previously, Q1, 37% memory, now 46% memory. Previously, 63% logic, now 54% logic. Even with the technology, EUV in Q1 was 46%, in Q2 that was 31%, and R5, which is argon fluoride immersion, 39% in Q1 and now 50% in Q2. But of course, the main, let's say, big issue here is that by region, China and Taiwan make up around 60%. Previously 55%, but overall China is close to 50% of their sales. So every time there is some talk about, well, conflict in that region, sanctions, export stuff, well, it's going to hurt a company like ASML, and probably not just ASML. Then looking at net system bookings activity by end use, of course, like we said, big increase quarter over quarter, but here as well you can see that shift. In Q1, 59% was memory, now only 27%, previously 41% logic, now 73% logic. Looking at outlook for Q3, they expect net sales to be between 6.7 and 7.3 billion euros. I believe the expectations were closer to 7.5. That includes installed base management sales of around 1.4 billion euros, with gross margin to come between 50 and 51%, R&D cost of around 1.1 billion euros, and SG&A cost of around 295 million euros. As for 2024, they expect basically the same as they've told us before. Similar total net sales with a slightly lower gross margin relative to 2023, estimated annualized effective tax rate between 16 to 17%. So remains unchanged. But then the main reason, shall I say, that the stock is down, and not just ASML, plenty of other semiconductor stocks as well. So there was this Bloomberg report, ASML falls as outlook clouded by risk of more US export curbs. China accounted for nearly half of ASML sales last quarter, And so ASML fell as the prospect of more severe US restrictions on its business in China offset growth in the Dutch firm's order intake last quarter. The Biden administration is considering using the most severe trade restrictions available if companies, including ASML, continue to give China access to advanced semiconductor technology. And this was not only the only comment we got. I believe former President Trump also commented and questioned whether the US should still be paying for Taiwan's defense. So every time we're going to get such report, every time there is fear of, let's say, conflict in that region, war breaking out in that region, of course, semiconductors are going to take a hit because, well, the majority of semiconductors come from that region. But what's funny or maybe ironic is that if you look at what's happening with the stocks right now, AMD, Nvidia, SMCI, ARM, Intel, most of them are down pre-market, but only one is up 4%, and that's Intel. I guess Intel continues to be the contrarian here. So when everybody goes up, it goes down. When everybody goes down, it goes up. Quite interesting. Anyways, moving on to the stock right now. This is the Euro one, so the one on the Amsterdam exchange. So you can see that the stock did go higher. We reached all-time highs here, but RSI did not follow that trend. So RSI was lower than previously. This is usually a bearish indicator. Of course, now we've got that big red candle, but that's because of the earnings report. Now the 200-day moving average still sits at around 819 euros. So if you're looking to add to your position at, let's say, better prices, or if you're looking to see where the knife will fall, 200-day moving average is at 819. We're now sitting also under the 20 and the 50-day one, and RSI is back to a more neutral spot. So overall, that's about it with ASML. I still believe this is one of the best companies on the planet. Yes, of course, there will still be political risk, macroeconomic risk attached to it. That's just the way things are. As long as the majority of semiconductor chips come from Taiwan and their sales, the majority of it, or 50% of it, come from China, that's just the risk attached to it. I do believe that in the future, we are going to be way more diversified. Chips are going to come from the US, from Europe, and not just from Taiwan. And ASML being basically the leader in EUV, basically it's a monopoly. Let's be honest, it's a monopoly. I do still think that they will keep on winning. So yes, good report, guidance a bit weak-ish, but we know that 2024 was going to be a weak-ish year, but then we see a reacceleration in 2025. There's also elections later this year in the United States that might definitely change the picture a little bit. So overall, that's about it. That's everything you need to know right now. Do hit the like and subscribe button if you're new here. Would really appreciate that. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.